This is the 21st century, and we are interconnected globally. The United States was, for many and many decades, responsible for the monetary system and really the financial system worldwide. As the dollar goes globally, so do all monetary and financial systems. And the dollar's hurting. Inflation is nothing more than a fancy word for tax. It's manipulation. Front end, back end. As little as 3 years ago, September 2008, Wall Street took a hit of $10.8 trillion. And I see some baby boomers out there, they lost 46.3% of their savings. You lived a prudent life, you did all the right things, you saved monthly, you did dollar cost averaging in whatever asset class that was, and boom, in 3 weeks you lost half of your net worth. We're experiencing in this period in time in history some of the most volatile, greedy opposition that we'll ever face. Can we fight the Federal Reserve? Can we fight the governments and the elite and the powers that control the monetary system, that control us, the masses? No. Too big, too powerful. But what we can do is introduce an alternative or a mentality or an inherently different way of thinking that we give you, the people, an option as to how we can move forward. So we've got a lot of things that are happening. And when we talk about the dollar losing 40% of its purchasing power, what is KB? All that we're doing is taking declining fiat currency and we're converting it into gold, and we get paid a commission to share that with other people. Why is that so important? As the baby boomers know, the most important thing that I think of is generational wealth. When I think of KB Gold, I look at gold as an asset class. It is the only asset class that has never gone bankrupt in history. Why is that important? Let's start with currencies. Every fiat currency in history has gone bankrupt, period. So is the dollar, or is gold going up in value, or is it the value of the dollar going down? And why is the value of the dollar going down? Greed. Greed. It's not backed. We've got an open checking account to do whatever we would like to do. So the first time in history, we all know what GDP stands for, yes? Gross domestic product. Our debt exceeds our gross domestic product. Meaning if I taxed all of your incomes 100%, we couldn't pay back what we owe. Not to mention, well, using their mathematics, what they have disclosed to us, we're another $170 trillion in unfunded liabilities. Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. The list goes on and on and on. So to put that in layman's term and perspective, if we had to pay that back, that would be $1,000 per second for over 2,000 years. It's unsustainable debt. We will not be able to pay that money back. One of the solutions is going to be presented today by Harold Seitz. Double-digit inflation. We all know what inflation is. It's a fancy word for tax. Nothing more, nothing less. As you understand global macroeconomics, inflation is nothing more than tax. Record gold prices. There's some geopolitical influences that do play a part in record gold prices. It's just not the dollar, but that is the main thing that moves gold prices. Equity markets down. QE3, let's talk about QE1, QE2. We've got a working model of what does not work. And before I go any further, in that economy, and that is Japan, before I go further, we have a gentleman that came in from Japan to come to this meeting by the name of Gabriel Rodriguez. Gabriel, if you would. He's in our Navy. He's stationed in Japan, so thank you for coming out. Gabriel can attest as to what not to do in an economy. To throw money at a problem doesn't solve the problem, it exacerbates it. It just prolongs the problem. What does that mean in layman's terms? That means your kids, my kids, your grandkids, my grandkids are going to be in debt. How do you accumulate wealth? You do it through generational wealth. And one asset class that outperforms all others, that's guaranteed to have never lost its value in history, and that is gold. So what we're going to present tonight is KB, Carrot Bars International. And I'm so used to KB Vision. Carrot Bars International is going to be the distribution arm, the marketing tool in which we secure our futures. And it's very simple. We take declining fiat currencies and convert that into a commodity that's increasing in purchasing power. So we're going to have an online savings account. We're going to introduce an alternative currency, and we're going to get paid a commission to do so. All the while protecting ourselves, our kids, and our futures. And I guess my 10 minutes is up, eh? Is that why you're up here hanging around? But last thing I will finish it up with. Money, USA Today. Pension insurer reports major deficit. The federal agency that insures pensions, without my glasses, $26 billion in balance. So the people who are insuring your pensions, all your savings, are in a deficit. Understand the infrastructure in which we base all monetary and financial decisions that feeds the great Ponzi scheme we call the Federal Reserve is breaking. The shell and the eggs are breaking all around, and you're seeing spots of it all around. And before long, we're going to make some omelets, because the eggs are going to break. So with that said, good night. Thanks again.